These are your evening headlines for June 4th, 2025, right here on BYU-Idaho Radio. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Austin Pace. Take a tour with Campus Recreation to see beautiful West Yellowstone and Old Faithful with lunch included.
A hop, skip, and a jump away from Rexburg lies Yellowstone, the country's first national park, founded in 1872. It's home to teeming wildlife, sizzling geysers and hot springs, and beautiful landscapes. BYU-Idaho wants to give students a taste of this amazing national park, and it's providing tours this semester for any who want to take advantage of this incredible opportunity.
You know, people come from all over the world to see what we have in our own backyard, and we feel like students should see Yellowstone before they leave here. There's too many students that leave here and never ever go there.
Morris Christensen, an outdoor activities advisor for Campus Recreation, says the whole goal of trips like these is to enhance the experience of the students while they're at BYU-Idaho. In addition to the geysers, hot springs, canyons, waterfalls, and possible wildlife sightings you'll have on the tour, lunch and transportation is also provided in the purchase of a ticket. Christensen says one of the keys to a memorable experience in Yellowstone is to take advantage of the time and freedom to wander. The tour will stop at Old Faithful for about 2 hours, during which time students are free to roam around the various sites, trails, and boardwalks across the many geyser basins.
Hopefully they take advantage of the time that we give them at the different geyser basins to walk around and explore and see things. With like the Old Faithful Inn, you know, we want students to be able to explore all that and experience it and just have a great time while they're there.
Christensen says students often come to him and ask what there is to do around Rexburg. Here's his response.
Let me draw a circle around Rexburg, you know, that's 3 hours in distance in all directions. I don't think there's a lifetime to explore it all. There's so many things to see here.
You can RSVP for this activity by purchasing a ticket through the iBelong app. Christensen encourages students to take the opportunity to go on a trip like this.
Take advantage of it. You know, too many of our trips go out with seats that aren't full. We have so much to offer. There's so many opportunities here that they'll never ever have again, and to experience something new.
For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Alex Batman.
Summer is here, and the Idaho Department of Education is here to remind you that the federal summer service program is accessible for children ages 1 to 18. According to KIVI Boise, the Summer Food Service Program has sites across the state that are now in operation for the summer months. The USDA's Summer Meals for Kids site finder website shows that between Rexburg and Pocatello, there are 16 such sites within miles of the highway. The USDA's purpose behind the program is stated on their webpage, saying the USDA works closely with the states to ensure that children who receive free or reduced price school meals can get the nutrition they need when schools are closed for summer break. The site finder can be found online at fns.usda.gov/summer/sitefinder. A Provo, Utah man is charged with threatening to blow up the Missionary Training Center of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. 49-year-old Anthony Beardall is charged with making a threat of terrorism and communication harassment. Beardall allegedly called the BYU Information Center line at least 10 times on April 24th, stating each time that the MTC needed to be shut down immediately. He also called operators profane and offensive names. In December, he was charged with 2 counts of making a threat of terrorism for calling 911 in Lehi and telling dispatchers they were going to be blown up by the CIA and that he was going to assassinate people. In March, he was charged with 4 more counts of making terroristic threats and other crimes for calling Provo police and saying he was going to drop a nuclear bomb on the Provo Police Department and the state. In each of the calls, he threatened, harassed, and attempted to intimidate dispatchers, the Provo Police Department, local church leaders, and government officials. On May 5th, he was found mentally incompetent to stand trial in the previously filed 2 cases. A competency review is scheduled for August 11th. These have been your BYU-Idaho Radio evening headlines for June 4th, 2025. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Just search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. You can also ask your smart speakers to play KBYI 94.3 FM. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Austin Pace.